Hello and welcome to Recovery Tarot Fire Signs. Hello Leo, Sag, Aries. How's it going? How's your June going so far? How are the feelings around the solar eclipse? Is your past catching up with you, or are you finally feeling like you're progressing forward? Let's see, let's get into prayer. These are messages for June for you guys. There'll be more messages to come, but this is aimed specifically for my fire signs. Let's get into prayer. Father God, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for another day not promised. Thank you for all the love, guidance, and wisdom that you give. Please help me to connect to my fire collective. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. What does Aries, Sagittarius, Leo need to know? Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node. Okay, I'm liking this shit. All right, so I'm seeing the Ten of Swords with the situation. This is talking about closure. I also feel like this is tapping on to the lunar eclipse that happened a few weeks ago. You could feel a little death. You could feel like the old you is really truly going away, because sometimes when the old us dies, or we choose to heal or grow and move forward, it's very painful, and we can feel that old self dying, and it's not very helpful when the people around us don't want to grow in any way, shape, or form, or we don't find a lot of people that want to help us grow or expand, because you have the mindset of legacy, abundance, luxury. I don't know why luxury came out, but this is Leo's in this reading too, so that doesn't surprise me too much. With the Knight of Pentacles, you're taking the small steps that this could have taken a long time. Whatever this closure is, whatever this feeling is, I feel like I'm also talking to people who are going through, or feel like they're going through a rite of passage. Like this old self is dying, but that's not necessarily, it doesn't feel like it's a bad thing anymore. There's not as much of a dissonance with you, with that old self dying. You're not as scared as you used to be. I feel like this is talking about the past, but I'm getting the Seven of Cups, Death reversed, and the Six of Cups reversed. This is talking about opening up your options in relationships and having new possibilities. What's this Death reversed? Some of you could have gotten yourselves into a routine, and this doesn't necessarily need to be last year or whatever. This is just kind of in general in the past. Maybe you got stuck and stagnant in a certain place, and you were only doing things to keep yourself safe. Maybe it was the same routine because you didn't want it to change. You were scared of change. You were scared of what other types of relationships could be out there, or if you could grow yourself and move forward. With the Knight of Swords and the Chariot, though, maybe for a while you've been feeling like you can't really talk about it, and there's not a real clear direction that you can find quite yet. But you're getting yourself out of those minds. You're getting yourself out of the illusion that you don't have control. And the only way that you can get yourself out of that illusion is by making plans. I feel like this solar eclipse for you guys is going to be a question of, are you willing to walk away from those same relationships that promoted that unhealthy behavior? If they're not willing to grow with you, if they're not willing to expand with you. Whatever closure you're going through, whatever cycle you're closing out now, I feel like this cycle could have been around for a long time. So long that you almost were defined by this time. You almost defined yourself by the particular actions that you did in this frame of time. But you walking away from the illusion and no longer believing in that, you really articulating your relationships and figuring out whether they're helping you or hindering you, that's bringing justice to your life. Because if you're wondering if these people will miss you when they're gone, they will absolutely miss you. And most of them provoked you because of the fact that you wanted to grow and they didn't. That's what I'm feeling. So that's what you're leaving behind in June. And I think you can feel it. I think that you can feel the tides turning. You could be struggling with finances right now and not feeling very creative because of some secrets that happened behind your back. You could also be afraid to start the new journey. It could be very difficult for you to get out of this stagnant mode, which is this is an interesting reading for fire signs, man. I feel like in the past, maybe you made impulsive choices with who you were going towards. You made impulsive choices because you wanted to fit a deadline. You didn't really care what the outside looked like or what the inside looked like. You cared only what the outside looked like. But you're not doing that anymore. You're taking the time to get out of that frame of mind. Because with this Queen of Wands reversed, you could have been surrounding yourself with a lot of people who were drama queens, basically, or people who wanted to take your energy and didn't want to give anything in return, or only gave a shit about what you could give to them. But my Three of Wands card is my Lion King card. I think I've said this before, but it's like when Simba's dad is telling him, everything the light touches is yours, son. That's you. You're building your kingdom. You're moving forward. But in order to build a kingdom, you have to go over the ley lines. You have to understand that there are policies that are needed in place. There are attitudes, there are belief systems that need to change in order for you to find these new people. So what it feels like right now is you're in kind of a weird period where you're not sure how to progress forward in relationships. You're not even sure if you want to start anyone, but at the same time, you don't want to do the same old shit that you did prior. And with the Page of Pentacles, you may feel like this is a big task, this is a big duty, but I feel like this is going to take a lot shorter time than you think it is. I feel like you're done, like this month you're done with stressing about obligations and duties that no longer need to be taken care of, or lost opportunities, or missed passion. You're getting over that. If you've been really mourning, not feeling stable, not feeling like you're ever going to find somebody, or you're ever going to have a group of friends and feel content, I feel like you're getting over that period in June. You're finding new adventures, new people. With all of the impulsive action that's going on here, though, with the Nine of Cups, there could be some escapism going on. Drinking too much, smoking too much, gambling, sex, rock and roll, anything, really. I mean, overspending, anything of that nature. Spirit wants you to know that they're with you in this time. That all the action in the world isn't going to progress you forward. You just need to focus on the small steps it takes every day to get to the goal. There's a need to focus on, understand the bigger picture, but also focus on the small day-to-day details while you're healing. It's okay that you're healing. It's okay that you've stopped for a minute. People aren't going to stop loving you randomly because you're not doing those impulsive actions, or you're not giving money impulsively, or I feel like I'm talking to Leos a lot here. People don't need those gifts. If they're meant to be in your life, they're just going to love you for being you. They're going to love you for being present and what you can bring to the table. But that doesn't mean that you have to go out of your way to give extra energy or give gifts to people that aren't deserving of it. And I feel like that's the lesson that you're learning right now. There's a lot of burdens, but you're getting into reality. You're getting out of these fantasies in your head about how to give and exchange energy in relationships. If you're having dark thoughts right now, it's just the cycle that you're in. If you're having dark thoughts right now, it's also because of a lack of belief in yourself, because you're showing up as the magician. What's wrong if you show up as your authentic self? What's so wrong with that? Maybe you don't know it all, okay? Maybe you don't, and that's okay. What's important is that you understand how powerful you are just being you, and you understand the gifts that were given to you in this life, and that you are worthy and deserving of it all, and that this isn't about getting from point A to point B. This is about the journey. This is about what happens in the in-between. This is about how good it's going to feel when you get to that accomplishment because you've worked your ass off. And maybe you didn't know where it was going to go, or you didn't know where it was going to lead, or who you were going to meet, or what was going to happen. But that's okay. This is just a mere cycle. This is a mere cycle. Don't worry about any lost opportunities that have happened in the past, because what's happened in the past wasn't meant for you, and that's why it didn't come to you. You're going to find clarity on that. I feel like whatever situations or relationships or people that you were around, there was a lot of secrets and deception going on. Maybe they didn't have your best interest at heart. And so you decided to isolate, and you did that for a good reason. You found clarity within that isolation. You found clarity within that healing, that time to feel what you were actually feeling and not just run away from it. This is beautiful. Okay, with the Four of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands, you are resting and soon coming into a place where others will want to help you, or you will be able to help others, because you've learned how to fill up your own cup. And here we are again, building your own kingdom. You've got this. You've got this, friends. I'm telling you. I know it's a long journey, and I know it can be really difficult when we have to focus on feelings of self-worth and feelings of gift giving to people that don't deserve it, or giving out information or helping people that aren't ever going to give you that help back. And I know that that's a really tough realization that not a lot of people want to talk about, but you're doing it. You're managing it. And I'm here to confirm to you, if you haven't told anybody else, that you are on the right path. You are doing the right thing. You're not just isolating yourself for no reason. You're not crazy. And you're not overjudging yourself. These were circumstances that had to happen in order for you to fulfill your life purpose. And as hard as it may be, in 5 years, you're going to look back and be very grateful it happened. New relationships coming in. Two of Cups. Strength. Ace of Cups. New people are wanting to come into the door. And it's funny because the way that Spirit is showing me is like people trying to get out of a burning building. You know how like hordes of people kind of just crowd up in the building, and then a small piece of them are all trying to run out? That's how I'm seeing people that want to enter your life. And it's going to be happening very quickly and in unexpected ways. Because you've unsuppressed yourself, please do not worry about old themes that happened in the past. And if you see any red flags, please trust yourself and know that you're going to have your own back. And if you see these red flags, then you'll be able to spot them right away and do exactly what you need to do. Okay. By the way, when I hear a ring from the phone, that's generally a confirmation from Spirit. That's why I keep my ringtone on. Okay. Let's do 3 guidance cards for Aries, Sag, and Leo. Aries, Sag, and Leo, what do they need to know? Aries, Sag, and Leo, what do they need to know? Aries, Sag, Leo. Okay. So for Aries, yes. Whatever question you had on your mind for this entire reading, whatever goal you're thinking of, whatever, the answer is yes. Don't overthink it, just say yes. The card book is literally just yeses. Yes. So that's confirmation for you, Aries, if you need it. Sag, align your life. What in your life is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? We are cyclic beings in a constant state of change, of evolution, of growth. Change is one of the only certainties of life. When you resist your cyclic nature, you resist life and feel stuck. Many of us who have learned to be who the world wants us to be. But there comes a time when it is harder to hold on to this facade than it is to embrace who we truly are, to surrender to how we have changed and align life to that way of being. If you pulled this card, you are being called to let go of who you once were or the things that you once defined yourself by, the job, the relationship, and the mask you wore, and to embrace who you truly are now, to courageously step into the person that you came here to be in full authenticity, to embrace your weirdness and your uniqueness. Perhaps you have outgrown some relationships or circumstances, and it is time to reassess and bring all the parts of your life into alignment so that they are congruent with who you truly are today. Beautiful. I'm a Sag moon and I can definitely relate to that. Okay, and for Leo, I get grounded. Boom. Look at that card. Sexy. Okay. You're being called to get grounded, to ensure that your luminous field is clear and your inner well is full. If you're not grounded, it is all too easy to get swept up in other people's energy and mistake it for your own. Your boundaries will become blurred as you are absorbing the energies around you and struggling to define what is their stuff and what is yours. If you pulled this card, you are likely an empath or a highly sensitive person and need time alone to fill your well, balance your energy, and get grounded. There are two types of people, those who draw their energy from others and those who draw their energy from within. Reflect on which one you are and carve out time each day to ensure your well is being replenished. Being sensitive is a superpower, but like all powers, it needs to be nurtured in order to be fulfilled. It is easy to get swept up in the high frequency energies that are swirling around the planet. The quickest and most effective way of clearing all of this from your field is to ground yourself by connecting with Mother Earth. There are many ways to get grounded. One of the most powerful ones is to practice earthing by connecting to the power of Mother Earth. Spend time in nature, put your hands on a tree, your palms are an extension of your heart chakra, or walk barefoot on the earth. All right, my loves, beautiful reading all in all. I will see you until I see you next time. Bye.